Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I have a very exciting show for you today. We are bringing on and celebrating entrepreneurs on this channel with a couple of interviews a week. And we have a rock star, Sierra Nicole, who is 23, owns multiple businesses, and she is just going to light a fire under us and really show us what is possible. How you doing this morning, Sierra?
Oh, I am doing amazing. Thank you so much for having me on your show, Michael. I am super excited to share a little bit about myself and hopefully add some great value to your listeners today.
Oh, I appreciate that. Sierra, why don't you go ahead and just give a quick bio of who you are, introduce the audience to who is Sierra Nicole.
Yes, absolutely. So, like you said before, I am a 23-year-old entrepreneur. I am based out of Dallas, Texas, but I was not always here. I actually grew up in Phoenix, Arizona. So in Phoenix, I grew up most of my life throughout college. I really struggled actually because of the fact that, there weren't a lot of people that looked like me. So I struggled with insecurity. I struggled being that weird kid who was just a little bit different than everyone. I was the one who used to eat lunch in the bathroom by myself in school
Oh,
because I was so afraid to be seen with no friends. I wanted to be accepted so badly. And so even though I struggled, socially, I really excelled academically because education was number one priority in my family.
okay.
And so, of course, I went to college, went to Arizona State University. And of course, like most college students, got into the wrong crowd. Didn't do too well. But, I knew that I wanted more, and I knew that I wanted more than what my family had at the time, those around me. I just didn't know how to get there. Right. So I was going to school. I thought I was going to be this amazing accountant and, build all this wealth doing that, working for somebody else. But I quickly realized that was not the golden ticket to success.
Ah.
So I actually woke up one day, my junior year of college. I dropped out of school, got in my 2001 Honda Accord, and drove 15 hours by myself to Dallas, Texas.
Wow.
And really, that was the leap of faith that really jump-started my entrepreneur journey. My then boyfriend, now he's my fiance, he had a trucking company. He was a truck driver. And so I drove to Texas, and we basically lived out of his semi truck trying to operate this trucking business. And I really it was tough, and I was pregnant at the time, but I was really able to learn the foundation of business ownership and how to really run a business, how to manage finances. Like I said, it was tough. There were some days where, we didn't even have enough money for food because all the money went back into the business.
Wow.
But I was able to learn about the sacrifices that it does take to be a successful entrepreneur. And I'm very grateful for those experiences because I definitely would not be where I am today without it.
Wow. So I just want to try to put this timeline together. It's amazing what you've done already at 23. So if I got it right, 21, about 21, you drop out of college,
Right.
you jump in a car, you drive states away to a new
Yeah.
state with your boyfriend, or I guess he's there already, right?
Right.
Okay. So he's there. You go, honey, let's go. You basically live out of a semi truck for, it seems like a fair amount of time, months, if not a year.
Just a couple months.
Okay, couple of months. Okay, that's good. But still, that had to be hard. Um,
Yeah.
what were you thinking, right, when you're sleeping in the back of the truck, after 5 weeks? Because you go from being this college student in Arizona State partying, college students do what they do, to, being a young woman in the back of a semi truck driving all over the US. I mean, I can't even rationalize that after 5 weeks, going from sleeping in a dorm to, I mean, what was it like those first 4 or 5 weeks?
It was definitely a change. It was very uncomfortable because
Hmm.
my background, I came from, I didn't come necessarily from poverty, but we were paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
So I was comfortable, but putting myself out of that comfort zone now was very difficult. We struggled. We didn't
Sure.
have a lot of money. All the money that we made from the truck, because I was booking loads for him. I was really just like operating in that industry, learning the business. And it was tough, not gonna lie, it was definitely tough. And when we finally were able to afford an apartment, we couldn't have furniture, but it was such a great accomplishment. Like finally, we can settle
Yeah.
down somewhere. And I was, like I said, I was pregnant at the time, so I was dealing with that as well.
Oh yeah.
It was really an uncomfortable situation, but I grew so much during that time. I
Yeah.
really learned how to operate a business and how to sacrifice because I never really had to before.
Right. That's amazing. Again, it's amazing what happens when you acknowledge being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you, I don't necessarily want to say struggle. Maybe the answer is work through that and
Yeah.
then start seeing the fruits of your labor, i.e. going from the back of the truck to an apartment, right? Then adding the furniture as you go forward, welcoming a new life to this world. Um, now you're 23. So make the connection between, you know, learning the trucking business and now being an amazing entrepreneur with multiple businesses. That seems like it would take decades, and you've done it in 2 short years, it seems like.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when we finally settled down here in Dallas, I actually started working a job, a 9 to 5. I had 2 jobs. Um,
Wow.
I worked at Kroger, and then I also worked at a staffing agency where I was just like an admin assistant for recruiters.
Hmm.
And I've worked as an admin before. I was making, at least at the time, I thought was decent money. I was making like $13 an hour while in college. When you're a college student, you're like,
Yeah.
I've made it.
Score.
But right. But I was working that job, and I just realized that they did not care about me.
Mm,
I had a high risk pregnancy, right? And I was about 8 months. I was like close to the end
mm.
of my pregnancy, and I was having a really hard day at work. I was having contractions. I had a panic attack, which I've never had a panic attack or any type of anxiety before. I had a panic attack in the middle of the office.
Oh
They had to
no.
call the medics and everything, and it was just a mess. And the the thing, I guess, like that light bulb that went off is when my boss at the time said, okay, well, I still need you to work for the rest of the day.
Oh God.
And at that moment, I realized, like, what am I doing? I
Yeah.
am jeopardizing my health, my child's health, my mental, state, just to build a legacy for somebody else. And I have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
So that was my last day ever working a 9 to 5.
Well, I'm first off, let me apologize that happened. That's just horrible.
Yeah.
That's not nice. Just horrible. But that again, right? It's a moment that you'll probably never forget. And it starts this, right? F you, so and so. We're gonna go do something special. And you never have a 9 to 5 again. So, when one door closes, another one opens, maybe. I mean,
Absolutely.
oh, cool.
Absolutely. That's exactly what happened because those last few weeks working that 9 to 5, I was actually started reading the book Think and Grow Rich.
Ah,
So yeah, that book, my mindset was already starting to switch a little bit. And so that was like the straw on the camel's back
right.
when that happened. And so once I stopped working and once I had my daughter, we were still operating our trucking business. I was still doing the paperwork side of it, the finance side of it, from home when I wasn't working. And then once I, officially left my job, that's when I started getting into wholesaling real estate. Once I was able to do a couple deals, I was really able to grow my brand
Yeah.
because my passion is teaching financial literacy.
Okay.
Because I feel like that is the key, the knowledge that you need in order to be able to be financially independent. So being able to learn about real estate investing, learn about business, it gave me really the opportunity to now teach that to others, and especially those my age, because not many people my age are looking to be financially stable, independent. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. But
I
I've been
chuckle when you say that. I chuckle because people decades older than you are don't know about this. Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So like I said, that's a passion of mine. So being able to now do that full time
Mhm.
with the trucking and then with the real estate investing, I got into Airbnbs
Yeah.
and I started teaching other people how to start Airbnbs. My goal is just to be able to add value wherever I can because now I'm home with my daughter. My daughter has never been into a daycare ever.
Awesome.
I'm able to help my now fiance, with his trucking business, and now he's growing his brand. And now we're just trying to reach as many people as we can to give them this information because it's changed my life being an entrepreneur.
That is awesome. Well, this is a real estate channel. We're going to slide this video into the entrepreneur section. But let's talk about Airbnb and wholesaling real quick, just so people don't feel like it's all foreign. Which one would you like to talk about first?
We can start with wholesaling because that was my first taste of real estate,
All
really.
right, let's do it. How'd you find wholesaling? Was it classic YouTube University? Hey, that looks easy. What do I do? And then, when you're in wholesaling, were you doing it locally? Were you trying to do it virtual? What was wholesaling for Sierra?
Well, my mom's actually a real estate agent,
Ah,
so I grew up around real estate, but I didn't really know all the capacities within it.
okay.
And so I was considering getting my real estate license. I was
Ah,
doing some research, of course, like everybody else on YouTube University, and I stumbled across a video about wholesaling, and I thought to myself, is this even legal? It seems too easy. And so I did some more research, and just started, I really just jumped right in. At the time, I just had my daughter, so I was doing local deals, but it was mostly virtual.
okay.
And at the time, I didn't even have a car because
Mhm.
that 2001 Honda that I drove to Texas in, it had like over 300,000 miles. How it made it here, I have no idea. But it got broken into, and someone had totaled it. So
Oh
I had
no.
no vehicle at the time. I had a newborn, so I started doing it virtually. Started building my network, networking with different real estate investors here in Dallas, Texas. And then that's how I learned about Airbnb, and then started doing research, of course, like I said, YouTube University,
Yeah.
and just really doing trial and error until I figured out what worked.
So what I sense in you is you find an idea, you get an inspiration somewhere, right? Wherever that comes from. And
Right.
then you dive in and take action. That's really what I'm sensing from you is you just go, okay, I know enough. Now I'm going to go figure it out. Right.
Absolutely. Because that's the key. You can have the best, you can have the best research, you can spend years learning, but if you're not actually taking action, you will not get from point A to point B, right? You won't see what actually works because there's no amount of schooling, there's no amount of mentorships, education that can teach you like real life experiences.
Hmm.
So you have to get out there and you have to take action, even if you don't know everything, because I learned, there are mistakes that I did make,
Oh yeah.
and I didn't know everything, but being able to experience that taught me so much more than just, reading a bunch of books.
Yeah. So real quick, are you still wholesaling or is that something you did for a while, built up a net worth and then switched to Airbnb or are they doing them together or how does that look?
Yeah, I don't really wholesale anymore. We have the
Mhm.
Airbnbs,
Okay.
but right now we're looking to expand our long-term rental portfolio. So
Uh,
yeah, wholesaling was just kind of that entryway, and it really taught me how to look at deals,
yeah.
how to network, how to find money for deals, things like that. So now I feel like that was kind of the beginner stage for me. Now we're just looking to expand and grow.
Yeah, because I mean, it's said all over the place, but wholesaling is active income, right? It's short-term
Right.
money where wealth comes from long-term rentals or long-term ownership, right?
Right.
Usually rentals. So very, very cool. So I'm curious, when does your mind, I can't believe you're 23 doing all this stuff. So when does your mind expand and come up with the idea for financially lit? Because that's forward thinking. That's out
Yeah.
there.
So it's really funny. So my fiance and I, we were driving in the car one day. We talk about business all the time. We talk about, financial literacy. We're always learning and reading and watching videos, listening to podcasts, just trying to grow and expand our mind. And we're very passionate about helping other people. And especially the younger generation, and especially those in our community.
Hmm.
And so we came up with financially lit because it means financially literate.
Yes.
But especially within my culture, within the people of my age range, we like to be entertained, right? We like things that are fun. We like things that are funny. We like to be on TikTok. We like to be on YouTube. We like to be entertained. And so we figured if we can teach financial literacy in a fun way
Mm.
to where it'll be more easily perceived by children or teenagers or college students, so that it's not so boring, because watching a video about financial literacy, about assets and liabilities, it's boring, right? And so we wanted to find a way to make it fun. And so that's how we came up with the term financially lit, because like I said, it means financially literate,
Yeah.
but just in I guess not slang, but just in a
Yeah.
fun and a way that kids and people my age can relate to.
Yeah, well, no, financially lit. I mean, you have a target market. That's there. You put out financial literacy, and you're going to get a bunch of old farts coming, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's not the market you've declared. So that's awesome. So can you give some examples of some of the fun stuff you've done? I've obviously looked at your TikTok and Instagram page, but let's share with some folks what you've been able to do because it's pretty amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I make a lot of educational TikToks. So I do the little TikTok dances, but I'm putting, educational pieces about assets and real estate and things like
Yeah.
that on there for people to learn. I do a lot of videos. I have a YouTube channel. I do videos on Facebook to teach. We also teach online webinars about business and business ownership. I actually am involved now, is getting ready to roll out for this upcoming semester. I'm a part of an organization called the 3 E's program, and we teach college freshmen on the campus of Yale, Howard, and VSU financial literacy. So I'm a part of that. We teach that to people who are close to my age, so that they can relate to me.
Yeah.
We also are planning a lot of in-person conferences as soon as we weren't expecting COVID to hit the way that it did. But as soon as everything opens back up, we plan on doing events, fun events for children and for people of all ages as well, just to make this a fun learning experience, but people can learn how to be financially independent.
That's amazing. Going down and impacting the 18, 19, 20-year-olds, right, which are college freshmen and sophomores. You're going to be changing, I don't know, certainly lives, but probably generations, right? Because if you can help them at that age, just the law of time, right, allows them to truly build wealth and really avoid some big mistakes, right? When I was going to college decades ago, we won't talk about my age, but it's significant. My daughter is older than you. That's enough said. First thing for me was getting a credit card, right? Because they gave out a T-shirt or a free pizza or whatever it was. I mean, that was my welcome to college, was getting stupid credit cards. So
Right.
it's amazing to see what you're able to do here. There's so many ways people can follow you. We will hit it again, but I think it's important to hit a couple of times. So how can they follow you? Where do you want them to go?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find me on Facebook under Sierra Nicole, SIERRA. The Nicole is NICOLE. You can find me on Instagram at Sierra Nicole Official. I'm also on YouTube, Sierra Nicole TV, and then I'm on TikTok under Financially Lit.
Very cool. We'll hit that again at the end, but I wanted to hit it here. I saw a couple of your quotes that you've put out. I think this might have been on Instagram. I wanted to ask what they meant to you. They've been said by others, but I'd love to hear what they said by you. You have 2 options: be obsessed or be average. What does that mean to you?
So, like I said, growing up, I lived a comfortable life, but it was very average, right? It was just nothing extravagant. We lived paycheck to paycheck. And so to me, you can live that life and you can be okay, but why not strive to achieve your wildest dreams? We have the power within ourselves to create the life that we want. All that power we have within us, you can manifest the life that you feel like you deserve, right? So why settle for something that is average when you can achieve extraordinary things if you are just willing to put in the work? So to me, you either can be obsessed, meaning that you can do everything within your power to create this life that you want. You can work hard, you can, educate. It does take sacrifice, and sometimes you will fail, and there are some growing pains, but you have to be obsessed with the process. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes in order to achieve your dreams, or you can settle and be average. And some people are okay with that, but I feel like, you live every single day and you only die once, right? So why not take the time and the opportunity that we are blessed with to create something great so that your children and your children's children can benefit from it?
Yeah. And clearly, just in these 20 minutes, you clearly live that every day. I mean, just going back and dropping out of college at your junior year and just going for it. So you are living what you preach. So that's impressive. That's very well done. The next one was, put your money where your dreams are. What does that mean to you?
Yes, so that is the quote that actually my fiance came up with, and we have all of our diets, because we are all about investing into yourself. I don't believe that you can really receive anything without first giving, right? And so a lot of times we will spend money on clothes, we'll spend money on shoes, we'll go to the movies, we'll go out with our friends, right? But we're not willing to put our money into ourselves or into your business or into your dreams. So when we say put your money where your dreams are, invest your money, bet on yourself. Invest your money into yourself and into your legacy where your dreams are. So that's what that quote means.
I think that is going to be the title of your video. I'm just going to put it out there right now. That's your fiance. That's a wonderful quote. I've never seen that one anywhere else. So special shout out to him. So I'm curious, I would call you wildly successful. Again, we said it before. I'll say it again. You're 23. I mean, do you even think this way? I mean, have you thought about what you'd hope to be doing at 33? I mean, do you think that way?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think generations ahead,
Okay.
so my goal, by the time I am 33, I want to be in a place to where I'm not having to work within my business. I just own systems, right? So right now
Okay.
we're in the process of building systems. We're in the process of building up a rental portfolio so that at that age, I'm able to travel and spend more time with my family and my children. So that is my goal. Once I hit 33, I don't want to be having to work this hard, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. And just because I'm really curious, your daughter's 1, 2 now? 1, 2?
1 years old.
1. What do you hope you have shown her when she graduates high school, right? She's 17 or 18. What example do you think you hope she takes away from all the great stuff you're doing?
Overall, I really just hope to show her that she can be anything that she wants to be within this world, and she has the power to create it. And that we can't wait on anybody to just give us a handout. We have to go out and create those opportunities for us. So whether she wants to be a doctor or an engineer or a business owner, she is able to do that and be the best at it. That is my goal. I don't want to necessarily push any certain narrative on her. So whatever it is that she wants to be, if she wants to go to college, she can do that. If she wants to go straight into entrepreneurship, she can do that. I just want her to know that, whatever it is that you set your mind to, you can absolutely achieve it. You just have to be willing to put in that work.
Wow, this is so awesome. Again, folks, check her out, Sierra Nicole. Lots of ways to follow her. Any closing comments or what things that people should know, remember, think, inspirations, and then again, how to follow you, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you said this is going on your playlist for entrepreneurs. So one thing that I always, always, always love to tell up and coming business owners and entrepreneurs that you do not have to know everything to start. A lot of times people think that they have to be an expert, like the top expert in their field in order to add value to somebody. And that's not true. You have to just be a few steps ahead of your target audience. So it's okay to start where you are. A lot of times we'll use that excuse to just not start. Well, I don't know enough. I'm not ready yet. Get out there and get started. Put in the action, put in the work, and you will learn along the way. So it's okay to not start. And I always say, it's better to just start and not be perfect than try to be perfect and never start.
Yes.
So that would be definitely my ending advice for any entrepreneurs. Just get out there and start. Start with where you are, with what you have, and you'll be able to learn and to grow from that.
That is awesome. So one more time, Sierra, how do you want people to follow you?
Yes, you can find me on Facebook under Sierra Nicole. And then you can also find me on Instagram, Sierra Nicole Official. I am also on TikTok under Financially Lit. And then I have a YouTube channel under Sierra Nicole TV.
Excellent. I will do my best to put all of those as the first 4 lines in the description of this video. You're doing amazing things. I'm still 23 years old. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep having fun, clearly having fun and making a difference. That's a powerful combination. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you opening up your platform to me. I hope that, there's somebody out there who receives some value from this as well. Because that's my goal, is just to be able to help other people achieve their dreams. So I appreciate you opening up your platform.
Oh, no problem. Thank you very much.
Of course.